Hi everyone, Jason from Makera here with another Makera Studio tutorial video. And this one we're going to talk about this 4th-Axis relief rotary carving guided mode, which will essentially allow you to easily create 4th-Axis relief projects using a couple different guided feed, speed settings, and things like that to help you get started with what could be a typically complex CNC project. So let's click 4th-Axis rotary carving and dive right in. Now, as with any other CNC project you're doing in Makera Studio, you have to start by setting up your CNC project. So what CNC are you using? For example, I might be using my Carvera Air. What spindle collet diameter you're using? This is very important, as if you choose the right spindle collet diameter, Makera Studio will automatically suggest the right types of tools that you could use during the guided mode. Also, what material am I using? So am I using wood? What size is this? And you can see that we have this stock material here. This is square stock material, but let's say I'm actually working with round bar stock material for this project. I can, of course, then enter all my different sizes and parameters. And then lastly, I can actually load in a model file to do this. So I've imported my chess piece here, and if you are looking for help in creating a 3D model like this, you can of course design it in a CAD program and import it as a step or an STL or whatever 3D model file you're working with. Or you could use Makerables to generate this, which is actually how I generated this model in particular. But right off the bat, you can see that this does not fit. It is not the right size, so no worries. I can easily use my scale features here just to scale this down to be the size that I want it to be by either typing a specific size or by simply using the drag handles here to scale it proportionally. All right, that looks pretty good, so that's about right. And then the last thing we have to choose over here in our setup is whether or not we're using the tailstock. This is important as it will tell the Makera Studio whether or not it can machine all the way off the part or if the tailstock is here, which will allow you to do different types of finishing and things like that. In this case, we are going to be using the tailstock, so I'm going to keep that enabled. Next, it's going to ask if we want to create tabs. So we need to create tabs to hold our 4th-Axis part, unless of course you already have tabs within your 3D design. I do not have tabs, so I'm going to use the auto tab feature, but I'm going to adjust the diameter of this. This is a little big, so I'm going to adjust this to be 20 millimeters by, let's say, 5 millimeters and maybe a length of 15. And I can customize this later on if needed, but for now, I think that looks okay as 2 tabs to hold my part. And then you're recommended to create a roughing pass and then a finishing pass. And it's going to automatically recommend which tools you should use for your roughing pass, which tools you should use for your finishing pass. There's actually a couple tool recommendations here. So these are all tools from your tool library that might work for doing such a thing. So you might want to change to a different tool. For example, instead of using a 2 millimeter end bit, I'm going to use a 3.175 millimeter end bit, so that way I can maybe do my roughing pass a little bit more quickly. But I like the tool that it recommended for my finishing pass, so I'm going to keep that and then click generate. And it's going to automatically generate your roughing toolpath and your finishing toolpath at the same time based on the default feeds and speeds. So let's take a look at this here. I'm going to hide my toolpaths and then turn on just the roughing pass so you can see it, that it's roughing all the way around our model and our tabs as well. And let's hide that and then enable our finishing toolpath. And you can see that it's only finishing tightly around the model. Now, I said earlier that you can make changes after the guided mode. So the guided mode is there to walk you through creating the right types of toolpaths, choosing the right bits, helping you make tabs, that type of thing to have a successful CNC project. But you can fine tune this, right? So let's say, for example, you want to fine tune the feeds, the speeds, whatever. You can click on the parameters for your different toolpaths and fine tune every single feature that was recommended to you. You can do that. And you can also manipulate your model. So for example, let's say that I actually want this size tab in the back, but this one I want to actually make a little bit smaller to grab my model a little bit more tightly. So I have this part selected and I'm going to, let's say, scale this down proportionally first. Then let's say I scale this disproportionately to stretch that out to kind of grab onto my chess piece there a little bit better. But if you look at my roughing toolpath, let me hide the finishing one so you can see it here, you'll notice that it's still around the original tab, right? So anytime you make a change, you have to recalculate. So I'm going to make sure that I have my 3 objects selected here, which I do, 3 objects selected, And then I'm going to recalculate my toolpaths, and that's going to recalculate around the changes that I've made in my design. So you'll see that now we are roughing around this tighter cone that I created. So you can make changes to either the toolpaths, your model, whatever it is after the guided mode is complete, but make sure that you recalculate. You can also preview. So previewing your toolpaths is really important for you to get a sense of what this might actually look like as it's going to machine. So for example, I can preview this to see if it does look correct with my roughing, followed by my finishing, just to inspect my part before I actually try to machine this. And once you're happy with that, you can click Send to Machine to either export that as a file or send it directly to your CNC and start machining your project. Stay tuned for more on our YouTube channel and Wiki site, and thanks for watching.